Welcome to Shep Talk, and today we are reviewing The Ideal of You. The Ideal of You was directed by Michael Showalter and featuring a talented cast including Anne Hathaway, Nicholas Galazin, and Ella Rubin. Synopsis. As Celine takes her daughter to Coachella to see her favorite band, August Moon, she unexpectedly crosses paths with Hayes, the band's lead singer. Sparks fly between them, setting the stage for a complex tale of age gap romance. And I'm going to be honest with you, from the get-go, when I first saw this trailer, I had no idea that there's a book associated with this, but I had two reasons why I wanted that this movie interests me in any way, shape, or form. First, Anne Hathaway. I've been an Anne Hathaway stan for a long time. I think she still kills it in her roles. And two, I did have an age gap relationship. Obviously, I was the older person and I dated a younger woman. Obviously, it wasn't kind of this intense where one of us was in the public eye. But still, when people found out that we were together, obviously they voiced their opinions. A lot of people didn't like it. They had their thoughts on how age-appropriate relationships should be. And one of the aspects of this movie that really stood out to me from the beginning was Hayes is in the boy band. And half the time, or most of the time in movies, when we get boy bands, we don't get the music of the boy band, right? When they go on stage, it cuts and maybe some other music is playing, or it just skips to the end of the concert or whatever. But this movie went all out for it and did produce a few songs for August Moon. And I gotta say, they bopped for me. Thought they were really good, and there definitely would be songs. Some of them would be songs I would add to my Spotify playlist if it was a real band. I thought they did a really good job of giving us a boy band and giving us songs that a boy band would sing. And then another thing I think that sets this rom-com apart from other rom-coms that we've had is this willingness to delve into the real-world implications of an age gap relationship, especially when it's thrust into the public eye. The film doesn't really shy away from exploring the challenges and consequences faced by Celine and Hayes, making for a more nuanced kind of storytelling. And I think Anne Hathaway delivers a standout performance in the fact that she seems to effortlessly portray Celine and her conflicting emotions between her family and this budding relationship with a younger man. Which also brings me to Nicholas. He impressed me as Hayes. I do believe this is the first movie I've seen him in, but then I realized there is one that I wanted to see, and it's called Purple Heart. I really want to see that movie. I haven't watched it yet, but now seeing him in his performance in The Ideal of You makes me want to go back and watch that movie to see how well he does in that movie as well. But as Hayes, he perfectly balances that charming and vulnerability, younger self, trying to approach this older woman and really just show that he is not just trying to get into her pants, but actually wants to develop a real relationship with her. While The Ideal of You has much to commend, it isn't without its flaws. And the pacing in this movie is one of those. It really did feel kind of sluggish at the beginning, setting up Celine and getting her to Coachella, and the will they, won't they with Hayes at Coachella. And then the pacing just really seemed to not move as quickly. And I get it, it was trying to set up a lot of things. But then we did get to like the third act when they finally decide that this is for real and they want to give it a shot. And then boom, 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 we're getting hit time after time again with these big, epic roadblocks, these speed bumps, making it harder and harder for them to actually be together. And it just felt like we were just getting hit time and time again with them. And having seen Celine, I'm probably mispronouncing her name, and Hayes, just trying to deal with that and coming to the realization that at this point in their life, that it was just too much for both of them. And one of my other things that I felt took a backseat in this movie was the supporting characters. One such was Celine's daughter, Izzy, who often felt like an afterthought in this movie, serving as the plot device rather than a fully flushed out individual. And one of the things that really got me was that the convenient disappearance of Izzy, sending her to summer camp. Do teenagers even go to summer camp anymore, especially like 16, 17-year-olds? Just so Celine could hook up with Hayes and go on a real relationship with him and not have to worry about her daughter. But this happens with a lot of the characters in this movie. They come in, they do something, they leave. That is all you really get with these characters. Overall, despite its shortcomings, I think The Ideal of You offers an enjoyable rom-com experience, buoyed by the strong performances of Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Galitz. I'm pronouncing his ring now. And while I don't think it delves too deeply into age gap relationships, it does kind of hit it a little bit and more than what most rom-coms would give us. And that is also in the fact that I do believe both actors gave us a great performance and that it really is a true rom-com movie, hitting all the marks that people usually want to see in a rom-com while also kind of touching on those topics that are thought too kindly on. But with all that being said, guys, Shep Talk is going to give The Ideal of You 2.5 Sheps out of 5. Have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Have you been in an age gap relationship? Have you had people tell you that being in one is wrong? Let me know down in the comments down below, guys. But that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate it. But this is Darth Shep, signing off.